Hello everybody, and for today's video I'm going to be doing two looks using the new Nomad Cosmetics Polar Express palette. Excuse the fact that you can probably still see some remnants of my makeup from earlier. I did film the October-November P. Louise budget box earlier this morning, so I just took off my makeup, so that is why. But anywho, I got this palette in the mail a couple days ago and I'm super excited to film with this. As y'all know, I love Nomad Cosmetics. I've been shopping the brand for years and I was ecstatic to see that they released another palette. So this is going to be the Polar Express palette, and I've never seen the movie. I know. I don't know why I've never watched it. I just never got around to seeing it. I've heard mixed reviews on it. Some people say it's sad, some people say it's terrible, some people say it's great. Probably watch it at some point. But it did come with this little like golden ticket. It says Polar Express round trip. And then on the back it does have a little description. So with Nomad Cosmetics, with all of their palettes, I think with the exception of their air travel palettes, they always have a cause that they donate to, and this palette is no exception. So the back of this says, the palette: A Journey to Santa, wintry blues and snowy whites, holiday crimsons and warm chocolates, and decorative silvers and golds, inspired by the Christmas classic, The Polar Express. 8 merry mattes, 6 glowing shimmers, and 1 festive multichrome. The cause: we are so proud to support the WWF Global Arctic Program to help maintain this biodiverse and resilient region. So I think that is fantastic. I love when brands, especially smaller brands, are able to contribute to causes and charities, and I wish that our corporate brands would follow suit. But alas, this is the outside packaging. I think that this is absolutely beautiful. Typically their outside packaging does not match the inner packaging, so I do know that some people do like to keep the outside component. This one I might, because this is just really, really beautiful. Then opening it up, here is what the actual outside of the palette looks like. I think that this is really, really beautiful. I love snowy, wintry, cool tones. So then when we open it on up, I think that this is a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. This color story is just absolutely beautiful. I can definitely see like the wintry, cool hues, and then you have, you know, like your kind of chocolatey, kind of wooden type of shades. So this is absolutely a palette for me. It's absolutely beautiful, and Nomad has an incredible quality when it comes to their eyeshadows. So I'm so excited to have this. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows and prime my lids and let all of you come closer. Alrighty, I've been seeing a lot of people doing very monochromatic blue look, and while I really would like to do that, I also know that people do tend to get tired of the same look over and over again from content creators, so I'm going to try to do something just a little bit different. Again, I will be doing two looks with this palette, so I would probably kind of mix and match some of the tones in here to see what we can come up with. So I am going to be playing with the blues, but I think instead of using like the white and the silvery shade in here for the shimmers, I think I'm going to use the red and gold, and then tomorrow for my second look I'll probably use like the silver, purple, and the white shade with the brown mattes. And I did forget to say in the intro that this palette does retail for $44. Alrighty, so the first shade that I'm going to go in with is the mid-tone blue in here, right here. And this is called Desert of Ice. A lot of kick up in the pan with this shade. It is a really beautiful mid-tone icy blue color. Shade laid down really, really nicely. And then to blend that shade out, I'm going to go in with the blue shade right above it right here. And this is called North Pole. Oh, that is a beautiful bright blue. I think I'm just going to lay shimmers all over my lid so to darken up the crease even more. I'm going to go in with the darkest blue in the palette right here. And this is called Frozen Sea. Again, a lot of kick up. That is just a gorgeous, like, deep ocean blue. A little bit of fallout on my lid and on my face underneath that. That's absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm going to use those last two shades to blend it out, apply some glitter primer, and I will be right back. I'm going to come out and say it, just based off of those three mattes alone, this is one of the best palettes they've done. Those blues are absolutely beautiful. I would buy all three of those as singles. And just, why not? I'm gonna do like a full-blown cut crease. Just gonna carve out the edge with some micellar water. Or we're gonna try to. I swear the unspoken joy about having hooded eyes is that sharp line. Now you see it. Now you don't. Now you see it. No, you don't. It's going to apply some glitter primer. I'd say for the most part with a lot of Nomad shadows, you really don't have to do this. But again, as y'all know, this is just what I do. I'll probably go in with my finger to apply the shimmer, so this cut crease won't necessarily matter. Probably do a halo eye with these today. So I'm going to try to use 3 of the shimmers today and then 3 of the shimmers tomorrow. So I think the first shade that I'm going to go in with is going to be the red shade down here at the bottom. And this is called Believe. Probably just going to take that on my finger. If it's not precise enough, then I'll find a brush and go in with that instead. It's a really pretty red color. Kind of like a brick red almost. Alrighty. I really like that color. So the next shade that I'm going to go in with is this kind of greeny gold shade up here in the corner. And this is called Christmas Carol. That is unbelievably soft. That is beautiful gold. And then to go in the center, I'm going to go in with this really beautiful shade right here. And this is called Mr. C. I personally really love how that looks. I love the very contrasting type of look that gives between the cool tones and the more warm tones. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and clean up this mess, do the other eye, and finish off the rest of my makeup, and we'll come back and do the lower lash line. Yeah, I won't lie. I love how this looks, and I'm really kind of disappointed that it is so late in the evening because I would 100% wear this out and about. I love the way this looks. But anywho, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the look. So I do really want to try the white shade in here as well as the white shimmer shade. For my highlighter today, I am gonna go in with the icy white right here, and this is called All Aboard. Alrighty. I'm also going to use that same shade for my brow bone highlight. I'm gonna try it dry. I might need to spray it though. No, it shows up just fine. I'm gonna do my lower waterline and then I will go in with the white. So for the lower waterline, I'm going to go in with this kind of brick red color right here. And this is called Santa's Helpers. Those kind of help to tie in that shade on the inner and outer corner. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with the white shade right here, and this is called Snowy Mountain. We had a teacher in high school who was absolutely adamant that we would pronounce our T's. So in Colorado, a lot of natives, we don't pronounce our T's when we say things. So one of the first things that he would tell us when we started class on the very first day of school was, I know that you natives here don't like to pronounce your T's, but in my class, I want you to understand that it is pronounced mountain. Hear me? Mountain, not mountain. So that always makes me laugh whenever I think about that. All right, I'm going to pick this up. I'm just going to pat this on the inner corner. Ooh, that is a very pigmented white. That's very nice. That makes a great inner corner highlight. Alrighty, I'm just going to plop something on the lower lash line and finish off my mascara. Alright, you guys, and this is the final look number 1. I absolutely love how this look turned out. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love combining cool tones with warm tones. Even though I have hooded lids and sometimes cut creases on me disappear, I'm very, very pleased with how this turned out. The shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. Those blues in here are honestly some of the most beautiful blue shades I have ever used. I thought in seeing other people's pictures of this that these blues were edited in their photos. Well, that's probably true. These blues are unbelievably bright. Like that lighter blue shade in here, the pigment on it is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, guys, I love how this looks. Again, I'm very disappointed that it is so late at night because I feel beautiful in this eye look. I'm definitely going to be recreating this look in the future. So as disappointed as I am that I have to take this off at some point later today, I will see you guys tomorrow for look number 2. Hello, beautiful people, and today we are back for look number 2. I'm very excited. I was so happy with how the look turned out yesterday. I was so disappointed to take it off, but today is a new day and we're going to play more with the browns today. So I just have to prime my lids, but the very first shade that I'm going to go in with is this really beautiful brown right here, and this is called Hot Cocoa. It's a really nice, like, soft brown color. All of the mattes that I have used up until this point have all had a lot of kick up in the pan. So if that is something that really bothers you, just keep in mind that this palette really does have a lot of kick up. The only shade that I've noticed that there was fallout so far was the dark blue shade from yesterday. I absolutely love the tone of this brown. I hate when palettes have imprints in them because I don't like ruining them. And Nomad usually has some really beautiful imprints in their shadows. That shade laid down really nicely. So the next shade that I'm going to go in with is this kind of lighter shade right here. And this is called Nougat Candy, and I'm just going to use that to blend out that top of that shade. I am going to add a little bit of that other brown shade back in after I deepen up the outer corner. So this shade is lightening up that hot cocoa shade, almost turning it into like a gray. That's okay. We'll add a little bit more of that brown left, and it'll just kind of blend on top of this lighter shade. I like doing for like work wear looks, I'll usually do like something very light like this, and then I'll take like a highlighter or a very light shimmer and just put it all over the lid. Today we're not doing that, obviously. So next I'm going to take that really beautiful dark brown shade at the bottom called Dark Forest, and I'm just going to deepen up the outer corner. A lot of kick up from that one. But that is a beautiful, like deep chocolate brown color. Definitely seems on the buildable side, which is nice as well. Not worrying too much about the messiness on the lid because I am going to cover it with shimmers. I'm going to go back into the hot cocoa shade and blend that out, put on some glitter primer, and I'll be right back. After I go in with the shimmers, I will add more of that dark brown back in the outer corner. So the first shade that I'm going to go in with is this kind of dark brown right here, and this is called First Gift. And I'm just going to place that right next to that dark brown shade. This would be really pretty all over the lid. I'm just going to kind of wing it on this look. The next shade that I'm going to go in with, this is absolutely beautiful pink kind of purple blue shift right here. And this is called Polar Express. I just love Nomad. They're definitely one of my favorite brands. I've been using their palettes for years. And like I said yesterday, I just love the fact that they always have like a charitable organization that they donate to with every single palette release. And like I always say, more brands need to take note. And then the last shade that I'm going to go in with is this absolutely gorgeous silver shade right here. And this is called Silver Bells, Silver Bells. Many of y'all haven't noticed, singing is not exactly my strong suit. I'm gonna add back just a little bit more of that purple shade. That is absolutely beautiful. All right, you guys, I'm going to add a little bit more of that brown back in the outer corner, finish off the rest of my makeup. We'll come back and we'll finish the lower lash line, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alrighty, you guys, let's go ahead and finish off the eyes. So at this point, I have used every shade in this palette. So I think I'm going to go in with one of the blues. So I'm going to go back into the mid-tone blue called Desert of Ice, and I'm just going to run that along my lower lash line. As I've said many times in the past, I love blue and brown together. It's just a really pretty color combination. Plus, I think this kind of ties in with the purpley blue duochrome shade in the center. Right, and then for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with that beautiful white shimmer shade called All Aboard. And then I'm going to go in with Snowy Mountain for my brow bone. Such a nice white shade. Shimmer shade, and I am going to spray the brush. A little bit flaky when you pick it up with a brush, but it's okay. Alrighty, I'm just going to pop something on the lower waterline and finish my mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, and this is the completed look number 2. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. I feel very beautiful. I love the shimmers. I love the mattes. This palette is beautiful. So yeah, I'm very happy with how this look turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys on out, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts and opinions. As it's already been made blatantly obvious, I love this palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the cover art here, kind of almost like very Harry Potter fantasy-esque. To my understanding, from what I've heard, this does accurately represent the movie. I just think it's really beautiful packaging. And then the color story on the inside, absolutely stunning. If you love cool tone colors, this is absolutely a palette for you. You do have some kind of warmer tones over here, but then everything else is mainly cool tones. These blues are some of the best blue shadows I think that I have ever used. This shade right here in particular is unbelievably bright and saturated. Like I said, I honestly thought that people were truly editing their photos, but in person, This shade is truly as bright as it's coming off in the pan. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade, and it is very pigmented right from the get-go. You don't really have to build it up. Dip in lightly if you do want to build it up. This white right here is absolutely fantastic for an inner corner or for a brow bone. I have nothing but good things to say about this. These shimmers are incredibly, incredibly soft. Beautiful formula. They are layerable. They are buildable. And the shine on them is just absolutely beautiful. I would give this more than 2 thumbs up if I could. This isn't just me being biased towards Nomad. This is an absolutely stunning palette. I think that this might be my new favorite palette from Nomad. And just for comparison, for their last winter palette, this is what the last one looked like. So this is the Snow Lodge palette. Here's what both of these look like. So you are getting some similar tones in here as compared to both of them, but they are very different palettes. I'd say that this one has more warm tones in it. This one has more cool tones in it. This one, I'd say some of the shades in here are a little bit brighter. These are maybe a little bit more muted. I think that these are definitely good complements to each other. However, I will say that if you have Snow Lodge, I don't necessarily think that you absolutely have to have this palette, but I do think they are good complements. They do have similar shades in them, but in person, the tones are different, and this one is definitely my favorite between the two. But same, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous quality. That's gonna wrap up today's video. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys thought about this palette. Do you guys have it? Are you planning on picking it up? Are you gonna pass? Let me know. And thank you guys for watching another one of my videos today. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do tend to upload pretty frequently throughout the week, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.